Hi, this is Mr. Chu and I welcome you to my study room. If today is your first time coming here, then you must consider subscribing to this channel for more videos. Thank you. Today we are solving WASSCE 2021, the General or Commerce paper, question 12B. That is what we are solving today because it's linked with the word problem we have studied in the few past videos. Let's take the question and see. Thank you. This is the question. A train is scheduled to cover a distance of 120 kilometers at a certain average speed r. Due to some technical challenges, the average speed is reduced by 5 kilometers per hour, thereby increasing the schedule time by 20 minutes. Find the average speed r. This is the question we are solving. For us to be able to solve this question, we have to extract the information given in the question so that we can use it to do our calculations. And one of the very important information given there is the total distance to be covered, 120 kilometers. We also have the average speed the train was traveling, which is r. Then that is not all. After the technical challenges, the first average speed reduced by 5 kilometers per hour. So let's write that the new average speed. The average speed reduced by 5 kilometers per hour. And so far, what we have done or what we've learned in word problems, that means this one minus 5. The original average speed, which is r minus 5, will give us the average speed being reduced by 5. We have to write the formula for average speed so that we can fix this information into it. And average speed is total distance over total time used in covering that distance. So let's write that down. Let's call the total time t. So right now from the information, the question says that the train is scheduled to cover a distance of 120 kilometers at a certain average speed. So if you want to fix that into the information now, into this formula, we are going to have r to be equal to the total distance is 120 kilometers over the total time, which we don't know yet, is t. Then let's make the total time the subject instead of r, because we are looking for, the question requires us to look for r. So we have to make t the subject so that when we get all the other information, we can substitute the t there to eliminate the t from our solution. So from here, when we cross multiply, our t is going to be 120 over r. Let's make this equation 1 because this is not the final answer. We will need to come and solve it later. Then there is additional information there, that is the expected time increased by 20 minutes. That's a very important information for us to use in solving this question. But the 20 minutes here, we cannot just use it for t because the time is in hours. When we look here, the speed is kilometers per hour. So if the time is in minutes, then we have to change into hours. So we are going to do that right now. Time is in hours, so the 20 minutes must be converted to hours. So since 60 minutes make 1 hour, whatever time is given to us in minutes, we just have to divide it by 60 to know what it is in hours. So now the time is 1/3 of an hour. Then now we can talk about the new average speed here. And we are still using this same formula. So the new average speed now becomes the old average speed minus 5 kilometers per hour, because they said it has reduced by 5 kilometers per hour. So our new average speed becomes r minus 5, which is equal to, it's the same distance that they are covering. It's only the time and the speed that has changed. So the total distance is still going to be 120 over. Then the time increased by 1/3 of an hour. So since the time is in hours, you are going to have the time, the original time, plus 1/3. That is supposed to be our new. So this is our new average speed. The time is still, the distance is the same distance you are covering, and the time has increased by 1/3. All right. So let's go ahead and make this t the subject again, so that we can compare the t here with the t here to get our r. Like I said from the beginning, that we need to eliminate the r, to eliminate the t, so that we can find r. So again, when we cross multiply, we are going to have t plus 1/3 be equal to 120 over r minus 5. Then we make t the subject by moving this one to the right hand side. T is going to give us 120 over r minus 5 minus 1/3. Let's just make this one our equation 2. Since the way it stands now, it cannot be simplified on its own. So making this equation 2, we are now going to compare, because equation 1 is t and equation 2 is also t. So we will now compare the two of them. So if this is t and this is also t, then that means that this one here should be equal to this one here. That is the only way both of them can be t, because t should have only one value. So if everything here is equal to t and everything here is also equal to t, then it means that everything here should be equal to everything here for the two equations to be true. So that is just what we are going to do. We are going to compare equation 1 and equation 2. Comparing equation 1 and equation 2, we will see that 120 over r will be equal to 120 over r minus 5 minus 1/3, because both of them are t. So like I said right from the beginning, now we have eliminated t. So we just go ahead and make r the subject. The easiest way for us to make r the subject here is to find the LCM of this equation here and use it to multiply through. And our LCM will be r times r minus 5 and then times 3, which will give us 3r times r minus 5. So that will be, and we are going to use this to multiply each term in our equation. So that will be this times 120 over r equals 3r r minus 5 times 120 over r minus 5, then minus 3r r minus 5 times 1/3. All right. So now we are going to simplify this to get rid of the denominators. So this r here will cancel this r here. We are going to have 3r minus 15. Then this one, 120, will be multiplying this, being equal to r minus 5 here, cancel r minus 5 here, we are going to have 3r times 120 here. Then when we check here, this 3 here, we cancel this 3 here. Then we are going to have minus everything here times 1 is the same thing. So minus r minus 5. Because of this negative sign here, it is very necessary to still keep this in the parentheses so that you can use there's r here. Yeah. So because of the negative here, you have to keep everything in the parentheses so that you can use the negative r to open. So let's go ahead and solve further. 120 times the 3r will give us 360r. Then 120 times negative 15 will give us negative 1800. And this should be equal to 3r times 120 is 360r. Then negative r times r will give us negative r squared. Negative r times negative 5 will give us positive 5r. This is not all. We have to now arrange the terms and solve. So this is a quadratic equation because of the r square here. So we need to arrange it in the form r squared followed by r term and followed by constant term. This is my r squared, which is the first term, is negative, but I don't want it to be negative, so I'll move it to the left and move all other things to the left for that matter. So when negative r squared comes to the left, it becomes positive r squared. Then followed by the r terms. This is 360r. This is also 360. When this comes here, it becomes 360r minus 360r, which is 0. Then there's still one r term here, which is positive 5r. When it comes to the left, it becomes negative 5r. Alright. Then we are left with only the negative 1800, which is already at the left hand side. So it will still remain negative 1800. And this should be equal to 0. This is a quadratic equation that we need to solve. So using any of the methods we have learned earlier to solve this, you are going to get r equals 45 or negative 40. And we are talking about speed. So we cannot use a negative speed here. For that matter, we are going to use the positive speed as the average speed. So that means that the average speed, our r, is equal to 45 kilometers per hour. So we can say that therefore the average speed of the train before the technical challenge was 45 kilometers per hour. And from here we just wrote the answer because I have a number of videos already on how to solve quadratic equations. So for us to save time, we just use it to solve, or use the calculator. So if you are having problem with how to solve quadratic equations, then I will encourage you to check those videos and then you find the solutions there. So since the question only asks us to find the average speed r, this is where we are ending the solution to our question. So thank you so much for making time with me, and I hope to see you again. Bye bye.